Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. I'm Millers, this is In the Dugout FM, and I think we found ourselves a goal scorer. Yes everybody and welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. As promised, I'm joining you in December, and the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that yes, we are sat in second place, which is well over and above expectations, so that's superb. We're 3 points off top, but the key fact here is we've got the top goal scorer in the league, the best average rating in the league, and the best number of players of the match. Josh has done bits. He's done absolute bits. Let me show you. So, okay, we're on the 1st of December. When did we last meet? So you did the Scunthorpe game with me, didn't you? Then we were supposed to do Scarborough. We didn't, so we did these two. Okay. So, yeah, very, very good. Undefeated in the league in October. We did get beat by Altrincham, who were a National League team in the FA Cup, 4th round. Although, you know, we held our own, to be fair. I thought there was a chance we were going to claw it back, but we didn't quite get there. So, yeah, it is what it is. But very, very good performances in the league. This is the one I want to show you. We gave Warrington an absolute tonking, and Josh Allen scored 4 goals before half-time. Then he came on in the second half and scored another after 3 minutes. So in 48 minutes of play, he scored 5 goals. That's the new bar, people. That's what we're going to call doing an Allen, right? So he's done an Allen, 4 goals in the first half. I don't know that anybody's going to be able to surpass that, but that will be the bar that we have set ourselves now for the next however many seasons it's going to take us to get to the Champions League. He's done superbly well. And then we had an unbeaten November where we played superb. And we even got through in the FA Trophy as well. We went away to Scunthorpe and managed to get a win. The ever-present in terms of our goal scoring is Josh Allen. Albie Fletcher still contributes when he comes on, which is great. But he's not knocking Josh out of his position, you know. If we just look, that's, you know, you'll be familiar with this now. This is how we're lining up. But Josh is doing tremendously well. And I'm delighted. And obviously he belongs to us, right? So he's contracted to us, which means I've got a vested interest in making sure that he performs over and above Albie, who, whilst I do love him, he isn't on our books. I'm hoping he will be on our books in the summer, because his contract will run out. And they've got another year with South Shields. I'd like to take him because having 2 would be superb. And his performance there has meant that Faruqi just hasn't had a sniff. He's played superbly well for our under-18s. You know, he's banged in 26 goals, which in theory would warrant him getting called up, and it would do under normal circumstances. But he can't knock off Albie, because Albie scored 11 goals for the first team. You know, so, I mean, it's a nice problem to have. Isn't it? And, yeah, it's one of those. Story wants to leave. He's not getting the requisite game time at left midfield, which is the only place I ever play him. So I don't know if that's a bug in the game, but there's something wrong with that there. He only ever played left midfield for me. I didn't stick him out on the right. I left him left wing. That's where he had a very good season last season. But yeah, he's unhappy, wants to go. I mean, I've said fine. You know, from a wages perspective, I can use that £325, no problem. He isn't really playing, as you can see. He's had 12 substitute appearances, but he's not first team, if you know what I mean. Heaney, from an ability perspective, is in there. Has he done enough? No, I'd like him to do more, but I've got faith, as George Michael will tell you. So, yeah, I'm pleased with this. This left side's strong. You know, Rowe does a great job getting up there. And I have Ferguson sitting a little bit deeper because he's not as keen at going forwards. And then we've got Jamie Allen, our Montserrat international, back from injury. He's done okay since he's been back. He's performed, so we'll take that. He's not pulling up trees, really. But, you know, he gives us more than Tavares gives us. Even though Tavares was good while we had him in the team, I still think it's right to have Allen in there. Again, he's contracted to us and Tavares isn't. And yeah, Narrow Phillips wants to go out on loan because he's not getting enough game time, and that's fine. He's not going to displace Ferguson for the time being for me. I'd like to keep him around the club, so he's going to go out on loan. And I'm mixing up game time between Horan and Challoner in terms of keeping them both relatively happy with the amount of game time that they're getting. So that's where we are. We've had a very, very good couple of months, all right, and I thought I'd come back, join you, have a game against Darlington away. So, hopefully it's going to be a challenging game. Hopefully we can stand up to that challenge. But yeah, we'll kick on from there, and then we'll see where we come back. We have got Spennymoor in the FA Trophy third round. There's plenty of rounds to go. I would expect us to beat Spennymoor. They're in our league. They are kicking around. Where are they? Yeah, there they go, 8th. They're normally in and around the playoffs. So it's a fairly challenging tie. But I'm not going to just bring you back for that for no reason, really. So my plan is we'll get through Darlington. We'll see how we go there. Hopefully we have a really strong December, and I can come back to you probably towards the end of the transfer window to see if anything's happened. I'm not anticipating spending any money. Well, we haven't got any money to spend. But I'm not anticipating, really using the remainder of that wage budget. What I would like to see is one or two lads going out, and probably, if I was the manager of the likes of, Tavares, Leighton, arguably McGeorge, I'd probably call him back because they're not getting a lot of game time, and I would completely understand that. This boy's doing tremendously well, although he's not happy playing as an advanced playmaker, despite that being his absolute best position. He wants to play in other positions, but he's doing fantastically well. Again, someone I'd love to bring on board full time, but he's got a 2-year contract at Crewe, so we'll see what we can do. Let's see where the season takes us. I suppose is the right thing to do. Look, let's get into the game because that's what you're all here for. You're not here to hear me waffle on about what we've done in the time where you've not. Oh, look at that! That wasn't done on purpose, I assure you. I was just little cheeky manager of the month. We'll take that. I got it last month as well. Wayne's delighted. Oh, one thing I didn't say. We've got a new contract. So we've got an extra 50 quid a week. So we are now officially balling. But they gave us a 2-year deal. So that came in and around sort of October time. Wayne came and gave me a knock on the door at training and said, "Listen, pal, you're doing really well. I don't really want to let you go. Do you fancy signing another deal?" I said, "Sure. Can I have some more money?" He said, "Yes." Great. I then said, "Can I have a coaching course?" He then said no again. So, look, we've got ourselves some more money. 50 quid a week's not inconsequential. 200 quid a month. I can maybe get a better car. It pays for my fuel. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit of extra cash. And we're going to continue to ask for our coaching badge because we're still on our B, and that's not really good enough. We've got decent coaches. I have persuaded them to let me have one more coach, which has helped us. Excuse me, and it's helped us fulfill a couple of promises to a couple of the lads in terms of improving that coaching setup that we have. But I would much prefer for my coaching abilities to kick on a little bit, particularly with how well we're performing at the minute with the squad that we've got. So yes, that's where we are. Completely forgot about that contract then for a moment. No idea what. Oh, it's because Wayne popped up, wasn't it? Wayne came and gave us a knock and said, "Well done." So look, untouchable, which is great, but I don't really. They're saying no every single time. I'm going to get through December and see where we finish, and if we're up there and we're still untouchable, then I'm going to kick on and ask again. Not entirely sure what I'm doing wrong here to be C+ with the board, with the fans. Not sure what I'm doing wrong for them, really. For me to be so low with them but high with the board, and I'm not apparently sticking to the culture. Why? Why am I not? Why am I not doing that? I can't see. If you can see something on there, then feel free to drop it in the comments for me. I'm bang on budget. I'm doing all I can to grow our reputation. We're above mid-table. we were as competitive as we can physically be in the FA Cup, and we're still in the FA Trophy. I don't really understand what I'm doing wrong for Paul. But there we go. They're happy with the transfers. Yeah, they're disappointed we got beat by Aldringham, but so am I, you know. Yeah, and he's not in the first team anymore, so, okay. Yeah, it's a very strange one. It's a very strange one. But look, we'll crack on. It is what it is. As long as the guy who pays my wages is happy, then, you know, so am I, because I need that coaching course. Swig of coffee for the working man. No offers for Story. No one wants him. Banbury fancy him, but they need to reduce the wage bill, which I understand. You know, we all do. You can see I've got a lot of scouting going on now. We've managed to bring in a couple of scouts. So all I'm doing is I'm building up a profile, a profile of players that can actually come in and add some value to us, so that either in January or in the summer I can be active. Whereas before I was relying on Will giving us recommendations of 3 players who I couldn't see anything about. Now I'm out there getting a profile for a lot of players. So yeah, they're busy bunnies at the minute, the scouting department, but I'm fine with that. Wilson's now happy he's played enough ball, so I can start to rotate him with Posher, which is good. But in fairness, he's played well since he came in. So I have no problems with him sticking in the first team. He even scored, I think, in the last game. Managed to clip one in from the edge of the box, which was lovely. So yeah, you can see Faruqi's playing there, as is Leighton. You know, they're 2 lads on loan. If it were me, you know, and I were the manager of these boys, I'd probably be saying, come on, you can play for my under-18s at a much better level, and they'd be right. And they should probably call them back. But they've not had that conversation with me, or it's certainly not been an option for me to give them that option, you know, and therefore they're still here. They're there, you know. Look, it's a rotation option, isn't it? And when we have the likes of spending more in the cup, do I rotate? Yes, I do. You know, Albie will start up front, for example, and maybe that's a chance we give Faruqi on the bench and we give Josh a proper week off and say go and have a rest, kid. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's been postponed. Well, that's typical, isn't it? That's typical. Well, it's rained in Darlington, everyone. So, brilliant. Okay. So why don't we do this then? Why don't we do the Kidderminster game? Is that what's going to be next now, or have they moved that? No? Okay. We'll do the Kidderminster game. The Kidderminster game's at home. It's on a Tuesday night, so you get the floodlights, you get all the jazz. Sorry about that. Not in control of the weather. I do apologise. Although sometimes, you know, based on the day-to-day coaching, you would think I am in control of the weather, the amount of whinging I get. Offers made for... No, we don't want him to go anywhere. Yeah, you're happy to stay put. Good. Yeah, our youth are getting a lot of attention. They're top of the league in the under-18s. It does help that we've got some very, very good quality lads on loan that are playing in that first team. That are playing in the under-18s. But, you know, the youth that we've got through, the Tariqs, and, you know, there's 2 or 3 lads that you think, yeah, okay. You know, and if we were short first team-wise, I'd probably call them up. But we're doing okay. You know, we're doing okay. Okay, I'll listen. I'm not a big fan of going to balance when I feel like we're a team that should be winning the game. But we'll see. We'll see. So, yeah, as you can see, Ellis is on the basis of getting more game time. So he's in. It would ordinarily be Challoner, right? He'd be the lad that would normally sit in there for me. But I'm just using that to get him some playing time because actually, you know, I want to keep him around. I think he's got a future with us. He's only 18. He's got boatloads of potential, but he's not the finished article. And Challoner, while still also quite young, gives us a little bit more. Not a lot more, but a little bit more. And also takes our penalties. So, you know, I prefer to have him in the starting lineup where I can. But for this run of games, the last couple of weeks, I've been using Ellis, trying to get that promise ticked off and turn that green so we can move on, like we've done with Tom. You know, because as you can see, Posh is currently on the bench. Wilson and Matthews have made a nice little partnership, which is great, and they're doing well. So nothing to really whinge about. In all fairness, I think we're going to go with what we've got. You know, it's served us well so far. I like the fact we've got a settled team. A lot of the time, the lads will talk about the fact that they've got a settled team. Yeah, there you go. Josh is hopefully he does bits for you tonight, so you can see just how strong he truly is. It's great, you know. We've finally got a player where if you slip him through, you know, there's a very, very good chance he's gonna tuck that away. So yeah, no, big fan of him. Big fan of him. So let's get into the game then. Let's get into the game, and all being well, you can see a little bit of it. Not done the best team talk in the world because I was under pressure. So we'll see. As you can see, quite good recent form for us. That bodes well. Kidderminster, patchy. Only lost one though, in fairness. And they've gone for that 2 up front that does sometimes challenge us. So let's see how we get on. Ollie Armstrong's done great. He's our advanced playmaker. You know, again, loads of ability. Get on loan though, sadly. But he does fantastically well for us. You know, he finds a load of gaps for Josh, and that really helps. Heaney's boxed it for us. Out. I mean, he's offside. He's offside, the liner says. I'm not entirely sure he was, but we're not going to replay. So that tells me he definitely wasn't offside. We probably should have scored there and had that count. Here's Wilson. He's done it again. He's got a little bit of a bug for it. And to be fair, it's a nice little mazy. He does all right there, doesn't he? Clip forward. Do we win that? I don't think we do. I think Rand clears it. Chest, out your feet. Touch. Left his defender for dead. And you can't ask more from Haig, in fairness. He's gone low instead of high, I suppose you could whinge. But it is what it is, and we're 1-0 up. Heaney lost the ball. I often find when you lose the ball in daft ways like that, it results in a very, very good chance for the opposition. It didn't there. But when you've got a defender running down the line and all of a sudden he's just dispossessed for no reason whatsoever that you can see in the engine, that tends to mean the engine wants to give the ball back to our opposition. Just my view. Don't know. You might disagree. Feel free to disagree in the comments. Kidderminster are getting a bit more time on the ball now. They've clipped one. Gone for a channel. Matthews has gone back to Mason though. Good. Wilson strides out with it. Armstrong to Allen. So Allen is Jamie Allen, right? Oh, that's a shocking ball, by the way. So that's a lovely little tackle. Jamie Allen, who's our right winger. That's a lovely ball. That's a lovely finish. Was he not off there, Ref? No. No, of course he won't. No sign of that flag this time. Let's have a quick look at this because he did look like he went quite deep, but. Oh, I tell you what. I want some lines drawing on there. Any chance? Oh, his little toe. He's played on by Callum Rowe's little toe. Disappointed. What was I saying? Yeah, Jay Allen on the right hand side is Jamie Allen, and then we've got Josh up front. Yeah, it gets confusing when you see him on the pitch. You're not quite sure which one it is until you see him do something, and then you realise actually he's probably one or the other. Half time, not great. Actually, quite disappointed. Don't really like what I saw. I'm going to go for our 4-4-2. We're going to put Josh up. We're going to sacrifice. I think we are. Yeah, are we? We might sacrifice Joel here. Have that deep line playmaker and an advanced playmaker. We're going to make him the advanced forward. Joel's going to come off. Allows me to keep working on my promise with Ellis and get Albie on the field. We're going to go with a more positive mindset and send them out for the second half, hoping to score ideally 2. If we can get 2, then, you know, I'm fairly convinced we'll... Oh, is it the beans? Time, can you? No, okay. Yeah, I'd be quite confident we'll take the result. But it looks like it's one of those games where the next goal scorer is going to take it. As we have a throw. Rowe. boxes it. That's Jamie Allen. You can tell because he's got an head like a sheriff's badge. That flies over the goal. Nowhere near good enough. Is that another throw-in? We're loving the throw-ins. Heaney, box, Jamie Allen. I'd love it just, you know. I've often wanted to try an FM, a really tall winger. You know, who can do that at the back post, come in over the top of his fullback and nod home. Callum Rowe at right back, he's actually a left back, so played inside. Ollie Armstrong, he's on his own. He's had a go. I don't blame him for having a go. I don't blame him for having a go, to be fair. Oh, no. You don't like to see that. You do not like to see that. Okay. Jamie McGeorge is going to come on, play in behind Josh. Yeah, you're going to go on attack, though. Let's try and make sure we've got some forward force. I hope that's not serious for the boy Albie. Yeah, that's not great for us. Although, you know, again, he's on loan and you've got Faruqi. Oh, what's happened there, Mace? You lot are the hex. You genuinely are. I'm unbeaten for 2 months. You lot swing in and we're losing at home to Kidderminster. Mace has had a mare there. He's gone through him. He's got poppadom hands. Yeah, we don't need to see it for a third time. Thanks for that. Absolutely bobbins. Bobbins. They're massively outperforming their XG. No highlights for us. No, nothing. Brilliant. Crumbs. Sinclair, he's played worse. Jamie, I think, because he's missed about 47 chances. Yeah. Confirmed sub, get him on, see if that makes a difference. Armstrong, the boy gets a chance to prove me wrong before he gets hooked. Boxed. No one there. Corner, can we? Sub should be made anyway, I think. Yeah, it will be. Are we going to get to see the corner? No. Why would we do that? We're going to get beat at home. I can only blame you. I can only blame you. That is so unlike us. Shameful. 100% shameful. You know, we have been doing so well. And then look at that. It's a massive gap to try and make back up again. So well against a team that are squandering in mid-table as well. I am gutted. Yeah. How on earth? I totally agree, Callum. Totally agree. Oh. Really? I mean, I don't know what nil-nils you've been going to see, but it ain't with us. Yeah, I think, well, it might be one of those days, Arthur. Arthur, that's a name you don't hear very often, isn't it? Oh, I am gutted. Absolutely gutted. How long's he out for? Okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. He's gone back to his parent club because they've got better medical facilities. Get that. Fine. Fingers crossed he comes back ready to fire. Oh, I'm gutted for the boy. Gutted for him. Okay. Slams team. Damn right he did. Damn right he did. And you know, you Papadam at Papadam hands. Absolutely. Right, look. Let's focus on when we're going to come back then. I think what we'll do is we'll come back towards the back end of January. We'll probably do a 2-game episode around about there. See where we're up to in terms of transfers. Maybe we'll do Bishop Stortford and Chester or Brackley. We'll figure it out. But we'll see where we're up to. And hopefully I'll bring you a little bit more positivity rather than what you've managed to bring me for this episode. Thanks very much for watching. Do feel free to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff that I'm supposed to ask you to do. It'd be great to have you along for the journey. And I will catch you all next time. Take care.